time for the main events.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you miss out on any future videos. With that being said, we're going to go take a look at the new patch that just dropped for WWE 2K26, patch 1.09. The patch notes aren't very long, but they have something at the end of the patch notes that made me really sit back and just think of what's been happening with this game this year and what's probably going to continue to happen and what I think's going on with 2K and Visual Concepts at their headquarters, because I'm scratching my head every time they post something on their X account. Anyway, that being said, let's go look at the patch notes. And then after we look at the patch notes, let's see if it broke any of my created wrestlers. And then you'll get a little sneak peek at some of my cool created wrestlers I made. Well, I think they're cool anyway. And if you don't like them, well, to each their own. Let's go look at these patch notes. So unlike the last two patches, these are the patch notes. 3 things got addressed with patch 1.09. It says, while the team continues working on the next major patch, we have released a hot fix today, 1.09, to address the below concerns. Stability and performance improvements. I don't even know why they put that in here. Address reported concerns with the jackhammer pin combo. I know that some of the players were having issues with doing the jackhammer in the ring, and you wouldn't actually hit the ring. You'd be like floating above the air like a footer and a half off the mat, and it looked really, really weird. Well, that has been fixed. There's videos going around about that. Then it says, addressed reported concerns with the corner springboard spear. I didn't even know that was a thing. And then here at the bottom, it says, stay tuned for details on patch 1.10 coming soon. So this was more, I think, of a way to like spin the PR on the lack of updates. Like they just wanted to give you something to have people to talk about something like, hey, the next big patch is coming. It's in the works. And typically they do patches on a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, unless something's really broken. Then they hurry up and fix it. As far as like, you know, the money part's concerned. Anyway, so patch 1.0 or let's say 1.10. Whenever that drops, and it could be, I want to say next week. Heck, it might even be tomorrow. But it says right here, they're working on the next major patch. So this makes me both excited and extremely worried at the same time, because every single time they do one of these patches, they don't fully test it, and they break a bunch of stuff. So universe mode in particular, I still have not started my universe. I kind of been taking a little break from the game because other than making my wrestlers, I just can't get into it this year. Just like last year, there's always something that really just annoys me. Like this year, it's the way they structured My Rise. Like, I like the new star system. I like how that's implemented to where everything is unlocked through that instead of having to play through the thing 5-6 times to try to get every path and every story arc within there. Everything's kind of tied to that. I kind of like that idea, but they make it to where you have to get a certain, like, too many stars to continue the story, and it makes the story feel more grindy and padded out than, like, just actually naturally progressing through the story, if that makes sense. So there's got to be a way they can blend the two, and it kind of feels like they rushed it. Like they were just trying to implement this new system, and that took up all their dev time. Now the story itself, it could be something to do with the voice acting. Like I played through the babyface arc with the male superstar, and that voice was fine. And then I've been halfway through the female story arc with I went full heel with the female wrestler, and I don't know, the lady, the voice actress doing the voice for the women's wrestler in the female heel storyline, she just doesn't have that heel voice, if that makes sense. It just sounds cringy. I don't know, it's just taking me out of it. And there's a certain spot in the game where or in the story mode, if you're doing a complete heel run with the women, I'm sure it's the same for the men, I haven't done both yet, where you have to do nothing but underground matches. And the one match I did took me 10 minutes because no matter how many finishers I gave the opponent, it would not knock them out. And my character's almost maxed out in story mode. So I don't know, like, did they break something? Am I doing something wrong? And then I did one signature, and it knocked him out finally. Before that, they countered every single signature I got. and I was getting really annoyed. I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to run through this so I can get to the next story segment. So I don't know if they broke it or what was going on with that, but and then the only way to progress the story is I have to get a bunch of stars by doing underground matches. Now, I'll probably have to change my moveset around so they're all like knockout attacks, because most of mine with my female creator wrestler are like moonsaults and stuff off the top rope, elbow drops, standing moonsaults, stuff like that. She does have the twist of fate that Lita has, whoosh, boom, and that's what knocked her out. Was it my signature? I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, it just, Anyway, stuff like that just annoys me, and it takes me out of the game and just makes me not want to play it. I have made a ton of wrestlers. I've spent 100 hours in the game just making wrestlers. That's 99% of my time in the game so far. I played a little bit more of the island. I think I said this in a previous video where I got to a match where it was a submission match within one of the towers. And because my wrestler is so low level and didn't have any points adjusted to the submission tier, I could not make my opponent tap out. They broke out of the submission every single time, and even my finisher is the Anaconda Vice, and they would not tap out. So eventually, just put the controller down and let them beat me because I couldn't progress the match. I couldn't progress the tower. So anyway, that kind of turned me off that mode. Universe mode I haven't jumped into yet. I'm trying to get all my wrestlers made. I'm working on my cool championship right now. I've came up with some really cool designs. So anyway, now that we've gone over the patch notes, let's go look at the game and see if they broke the creator wrestler or broke anything that I use with this patch, because I'm really worried about patch 1.10. Let's go check this out. Alright, so here we are in the game. We're going to look at my creator wrestlers real quick to make sure they didn't get ruined, because usually, well, they've been pretty good this year, other than the face morphing. So shout outs to Kenny. I'm trying to do videos with him and Mr. Dubs, and, well, we've all been busy with work and everything, so it just hasn't happened yet. But shout outs to both the boys here. I got my main character, the guy you see in the beginning of most of my videos, Man Mega. He's like a spoof on Mega Man, where he's basically Mega Man if he was a wrestling robot instead. We got Mr. Dubs. Shout outs to Mr. Dubs. We got Polar Claw, cool polar bear dude I made. Ref live stream. He's the ref I made on my first live stream for 2K26, and I went and turned him into an actual character. He's uploaded. He's probably the only one uploaded right now if you want to go download him. I think he might be using some of the, he's using the face paint from the island. If you want one without the face paint, let me know and I'll switch it out and re-upload him. Lord Shadow, my main villain I make in every single game, along with Strizer, my champion. I haven't made my own championship yet, so I just used my favorite championship. Went and won that one because that one's freaking awesome. That's the best championship. That's the best title, in my opinion, in WWE/WWF history. That one's awesome. And then we got the one I'm currently working on, who's Captain Cross, basically a pirate dude. Z Kuri is basically like a ice giant, like he has ice powers and stuff like that. And he's the first character I ever made in a wrestling game. I forget exactly which wrestling game of the SmackDown series had a character creator. It could have been SmackDown 1 or SmackDown 2. It might have been in SmackDown 1. It was just really bare bones because it was the first one. I made him. Whichever one allowed you to have blue skin, he's the first character I made. So I've been making him ever since. Strizer didn't show up until Here Comes the... No, was it Here Comes the Pain? Whatever. Yeah, it was Here Comes the Pain. Strizer did not show up until Here Comes the Pain, and that's when I started making the dude the mohawk and Super Saiyan hair, and I really went nuts with this character. So, that's all the men I've made so far. And then on to the women. I made Hennicus. She's supposed to be like a goth, undead chick. Jessica Hart, she's supposed to be your typical, like, I'm so hot, bimbo, diva bim. And then we got Crystal Kiss, supposed to be like a rock star chick. And then my Strizer, the main character that you've seen in pretty much the end of every single video with the other guy. Then a different version of her with different attires, because I have, typically by the end of each game, I have like 6 or 7 versions of her and the dude, the Mohawk, the main two. So Strizer and my Strizer. Queen Shaz, she's supposed to be the main antagonist to my Strizer. She's maxed out in height. She's supposed to be like the world's tallest woman. So she's really cool. She looks awesome. Then I made a cool luchador, Selena Pom Pom. The coolest, what made me come up with her was I was just trying to come up with a cool luchador, and the luchador from Dead or Alive, the fighting game series. I forget her name in that game, but I was trying to copy that, but put my own twist on it. And I saw this mask and how much you could change the colors and stuff. I'm like, that's awesome. So yeah, I turned out, made a cool. I think she looks cool. She's one of the favorite ones I've made. Cool luchador chick. So yeah, and then Tumble. So, you know, Mega Man is rock and roll. Well, it's supposed to be. I don't know what would rock be, but I called her Tumble instead of Roll. So it's supposed to be Roll from Mega Man, but my version of it. So Tumble. So they're both robots. They're brother and sister. And I even made a tag entrance for them. So keep an eye out for them on the channel. And then I got Zadusa instead of Medusa. Instead of turning her opponents to stone, she can turn herself to stone, making her very heavy and vulnerable to damage. So that's what that was my thought process on that. So I thought she turned out pretty cool this year. Although I think she's too green, but it's because the face paint wouldn't go darker. So I might have to adjust her. She's not finished yet. And then here is the female version of Zinakuri. So, yeah, I made an ice chick too. So, anyway, those are the characters I made so far. I have way more to make, but this is what I've been doing. This is what I've been doing on the back end. The reason why you don't see videos is because I get caught up making these. And I did complete Polar Claw's moveset, but when I made him, that's when the glitch was happening with the moveset not saving. So, it did reset his movesets and his attributes with this patch because it was fine yesterday. So he's the only one who got screwed up this time. So I'm afraid to go look at their movesets and stuff like that, but Oh yeah, by the way, for Mr. Dubs and Kenny Bomb, I tried to make them like what they would look like in my universe, my wrestling universe. So yeah, I might end up making a few more YouTubers, fellow YouTubers. I try to only make people that have actually shown up on my channel though. So if you show up on my channel, you're probably going to be added to my wrestling universe if you're okay with that. So anyway, there you have it. Those are the characters I've made so far. Which one is your favorite? Which one do you want to see uploaded first? I'm trying to make cool like video packages for each one as I have time to do it. Like tomorrow I'm off, so I'm going to try to start with Strazer here and get his video package done in the next few days because I just don't want to upload them and just, oh, here they are, have fun. I want to make a cool spectacle out of it because I've made these characters for so long, they're very special to me. Anyway, thank you for watching. Sound comments below. What do you think is going to be, or when do you think patch 1.10 is going to drop? I think that it's going to drop either next Wednesday or Tuesday. Could drop on the weekend, or it might not drop until next month. Like May, like mid-May. That's going to be the big May update. Like instead of getting a new DLC or new this or that, they're going to really market and promote patch 1.10 as the savior of the game so that they have something for people to talk about, to keep the game in the conversation. That's what I think is going to happen. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed a little sneak peek at my wrestlers that I'm making because I am going to make a universe show if they ever fix the damn thing with all these guys. And I'm not quite sure how I want to do it, but I have a few ideas. So stay tuned. This is what the entire channel was going to be, was just me making shows with my wrestlers. I know it wouldn't have gotten any views, but I didn't really care at the time because I was just having fun making content and stuff like that. But anyway, thank you for watching. Sound comments below, and as always, stay frosty.